Norman police are investigating something that can happen to anyone, anywhere, even in broad daylight. Norman public schools are in need of more and more drivers, which means they're opening their doors to drivers as young as 18. Cal, Apple's announcement today was complete and detailed, everything from an upgraded iPad to an eco-friendly MacBook Pro. And here's something to smile about: new emojis. To the index of other news, the FBI agent shot in Los Angeles. Authorities say gunfire erupted as agents search for a murder suspect. Bird and Lime scooters might make going places really convenient, but it's been a real pain for Oklahoma City. Ellen Kelsey, I'm here at Southern Hills Baptist Church in Oklahoma City, where it's getting more and more crowded by the minute. I spoke to Oklahoma County's election board, and they say this year voter turnout has been especially high for it being a midterm season. And I'm Sammi Steele. Day 7 of the statewide teacher walkout, and crowds are still filling the Capitol. This morning, teachers packed the gallery in the House of Representatives. Dead car batteries can be common occurrences during winter's freezing temperatures. Emergency officials warn Oklahomans to carry something as simple as car jumping cables to help keep them safe on the winter roads. This morning, a police officer at the school stopped a former student in the hallway. When asked to stop, this former student dropped his backpack and fled. An $89.8 million terminal expansion fee set to begin sometime next month, which means more baggage claims coming your way. And in Poland, the bones of a Neanderthal child that date back over 115,000 years were discovered by scientists. Police say they responded to a report of a critical injury collision here at the intersection of Lindsay and George Avenue last night near the duck pond just behind me around 7. Oklahoma City Public Schools hope more playgrounds like this mean kids will play harder and test better too. You remember the Brady Bunch house? HGTV winning the bidding war for the iconic house in Los Angeles. Students won't just be shuffling through their music when they get out of class. They'll be shuffling in a car like this, which for $3 gets students from point A to point B all around campus. The state election is a little under a month away, and optometrists want to make sure people are clear as to why they are against it. Both eyes? Currently, Oklahoma prohibits people from filling eyeglass prescriptions and getting eye exams within the same store. Even though Oklahoma is one of only 3 states that don't offer eye care in retailers, most optometrists in the state are voting no on 793.
The Board of Optometry will be out of the picture, and they're the ones that really know what the standard of care should be. And so without them being able to step in and tell the doctor, and the doctor knows what he should be doing and shouldn't, but now it takes it out of his hands and puts it in Walmart's in this case. They may be providing really poor eye care.
The Yes on 793 campaign states Oklahomans want affordable eye care and eyewear while they shop. But eye doctors say there's already affordable options out there.
Push with this is about affordable eyeglasses. And at the end of the day, that already exists. And so all of their ads on TV make it seem like they are just trying to provide affordable eye care to Oklahoma. Kind of a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Norman Vision says if 793 passes, their biggest concern is how it will lower the quality of eye care. The new law would keep the State Board of Optometry from overseeing clinics by making local optometrists report to corporations instead.
So part of our problem with that is we have a major corporation influencing the Constitution in Oklahoma, and that's never a good precedent to set.
If 793 passes, Norman Vision says their business will undoubtedly change, but the philosophy behind their practice isn't going anywhere.
It would have an effect on us, I'm sure. We've worked really hard at creating a loyal patient base that is here because they think we do a good job, not because we have the cheapest glasses.
While the future of State Question 7093 is still blurry, optometrists here in the state of Oklahoma want to make one thing clear, and that's Oklahomans voting in this election. Sammi Steele, OU Nightly. For Jesse and Katie Wells, Christmas isn't just a holiday, it's their business. In 2014, the couple and their son moved into their dream farmhouse. When the holidays came around that year, they headed to a Christmas tree farm to pick out and cut down their tree. It was then that the couple realized they wanted to start growing Christmas trees themselves.
I was just watching all the families and the kids, and I thought, we could do that. But I didn't say anything because we had not been living there very long. It was a little stressful. And so then on the way home, Jesse said, you know, we could do that. And I was like, I know.
The tree farm started off as a hobby for the two when they opened 3 years ago. Today, it's their passion. But growing Christmas trees has not been easy.
We learned by failing. I mean, we really learned by killing trees. And we're in our 3rd year growing, and so we had no clue all the work that involved.
I would say 90% of the work that we have is volunteered from family and friends, which just blows us away.
From the hot chocolate and cookies to outdoor games and campfires, the Wells family wants customers to go away with more than a tree.
They have a purpose. Like every tree out there has a purpose, and it may just be a month-long purpose, but it has a purpose. It's a lifetime memory.
When the Wells family started their farm, they knew they'd be selling and growing lots of Christmas trees. But they weren't expecting to get so much in return.
Christmas can be really hard for a lot of people. And so you have no idea, what a Christmas tree can do for someone. We had no idea. And when it's 100 degrees outside in the summer and, we're trying to mow and spray trees and it's hot and you're miserable and your back hurts, and then you remember this stuff and maybe if we could just make a hard time for somebody else maybe just a little less hard, then that's what makes it worth it.
It seems the most valuable thing the Wells family Christmas tree farm grows has nothing to do with trees at all, but instead has everything to do with showing people love. And that's one thing the Wells family hopes their farm never stops planting. Sammi Steele, OU Nightly. Making history this year in the Panhandle State, a record 140 female candidates filed to run for one of the state's 125 legislative seats this November. And today, that very young man is learning how to become a firefighter from those who saved him. A controversial bill that would allow schools to educate students on sexual consent. I wear my Fitbit every single day.
I used to wear mine, but I stopped wearing it. I just went back to the normal watch. I like it a lot better.
See, if I don't have it on, I feel like I'm missing something. I'm like, where's my Fitbit?
Yeah, well, it's not as accurate as Fitbit.
Wow, dang. They wanted it to be a metaphor for the future of Oklahoma politics, but that's because they believe that you will do that. Now, what's that mean to you?
Oh, it's fantastic to have this type of support.
The Oklahoma State Health Department confirmed today that there have been at least 3 OU students who have tested positive for mumps.
To you guys.
Thank you, Jordan. Well, it seems like the cold weather, like you said, will be sticking around. Colin, have you ever had a deal, speaking of frozen weather, with frozen pipes?
Sammy, I'm from Texas. When there's an ice cube on the ground, we ask for school to be canceled.
End
so
of the
frozen
world.
pipes, I don't even know that's really a thing. Luckily, though.
Well, it is. It's as easy as 1-2 tap now. Because the Sooner card is now an Apple Wallet. I'll go with C as well.
That's it. Boom! Let's go.
Thank you, Cal. That was pretty fun. Well, still ahead on OU Nightly, who run the world? Girls. And we'll have more on the events going on today for International Women's Day next. Now, just because you live in Oklahoma doesn't mean you have to suffer through allergy season. There are plenty, as you can see, over-the-counter options. The Oklahoma Veterans Commission met today to address fallout from an extensive report that found toxic leadership within the organization. There's a beware of dog sign here at this house, but that wasn't enough. A woman was charged by 4 pit bulls, mauled, and is now in critical condition. So what's going to be done next? More bad news for soda drinkers. Adults who routinely drink sugary beverages have a 46% higher risk of developing prediabetes.
And Sammi Steele joins us now in the news center with more from New York. Sammi.
That's right, Shay and Abby, and now the FBI revealed just minutes ago that they are searching for another person wanted for questioning in yesterday's attack. So heading out of Hurricane Florence's wrath, 19 Oklahomans with the Red Cross are packing up emergency response vehicles like this one and heading right to it. And now the developer believes the technology will reduce costs and improve efficiency, not only for websites, but also for social media. But I think It's a little creepy. Talk about a crazy train. Actually, more like a crazy man doing a crazy train surfing stunt. When we come back, a note about Peter Jennings all these years later.